Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Culpeper County Parks and Recreation Rundown. My name is Jonathan Krawchuk, Station Manager, and welcome to the Field House in our Culpeper County. It is a pleasure to come in here once again and enjoy all that our Field House has to offer. And to tell us more with this rundown, we start today with Miss Holly Binkert. She's the Athletics Manager for Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. Holly, first off, it is great to see you again. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I must say, you look fantastic. You look invigorated. You look happy. It's almost as if you're celebrating an anniversary this weekend.
It's almost as if. Tomorrow.
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Thanks.
So first off, I've been here a couple times, so I am aware, but I want the folks at home to understand how well the Field House is going. How are things? Is everything just going well? What's going on lately?
Well, we're almost a year in, so December 3rd is going to be our 1-year anniversary.
Wow, that went fast.
Yes. And the farther we get into this, the more and more programs we just keep coming up with. So right now we're working towards some open gaming, which is a super cool program. We've got Magic the Gathering, we've got basketball programs, we've got pickleball clinics, we've got football clinics coming up, so there's just an endless amount. So we love all the innovative programs we've had, and it's just been such a cool process.
Now you mentioned open gaming. What is that exactly?
So really what we're looking at, we have so many adults, kids that love to play video games, but maybe they're in their house and they're not interacting maybe with people in the community, or maybe they don't have the ability to have a gaming system, don't have internet, anything like that. So we're looking at a gaming program for anybody where you could remote into a weekly tournament, maybe a Mario Kart tournament. We've got some other ones we're looking at too, but you could remote in, or you could come here and play with your friends and bring a snack or whatever and just hang out.
And you also mentioned, I saw the advertisement just the other day on your Facebook page for the Magic the Gathering, which I know a few of my friends are interested in, but I think it's kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong because it happens all the time, we spoke on the show about community input. Is that one of those programs that is coming from the community feedback and input?
Yes, actually that program has come from some staff input of mine. So
really?
One of my part-time staff actually, he said, hey, we need some card gaming, Pokemon, Magic, Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that. So we let him spearhead that, so that's his program, and he's just running with it. So.
Hey, you know what? Nobody ever washes a rental car. To have staff, a community involved makes it work even better. At least I would hope so.
Absolutely.
Now, Holly, one of the things I wanted to chat with you about is something that I did not know happened at the Field House, and I experienced it firsthand. I actually, a friend of ours, their daughter was having a birthday, and they said the birthday party was at the Field House. And I was like, a birthday party at the Field House? I didn't even know they did that, but you do, and I must say, you all did it very well.
Oh, well, thanks. We're actually getting ready to roll out our birthday party packages in January.
Okay.
We've been doing a few parties to check it out, see what works, see what doesn't, but we've got the Champion Birthday Party Package, which is your gym class hero kind of kid, maybe you want to get a group of your friends together. If you're older, maybe play some basketball, pickleball, whatever. So you can get your choice of whatever sport you'd like to do. If you're more into Nerf, we've got a Nerf Wars party. So you bring your own Nerf guns. We provide all the ammo and then the eye shields and all the barriers. So really it's just kind of a free-for-all Nerf party. So we're excited about that one. We've got a lot of excitement for that one. And then we've got a tumbling party for some of our younger guys. Bring some of your little friends in and have a tumble party.
That is exactly what they did, and I tell you, it was perfect because, kids get together, they want to release some energy. What better way to do that? It was interesting because they had an tumbling obstacle course in a circle, and the kids just went crazy. And in fact, just to give you an idea, to see how much they enjoyed it, they were doing the obstacle course in the other room, and we said, hey, there's snow cones and popcorn in the other room. And it took them like 5-10 minutes to be like, okay, let me just go around one more time. Let me just go around one more time. And I will say, to your credit, when my kids left here, they fell asleep in the car on the way home, which is exactly the way it should be.
So I'll say you're welcome to that.
Thank you.
There you go. We did the job for you. We do have some additional add-ons too. So like you mentioned, we've got a commercial popcorn machine that you can rent from us. We've got snow cone machine. And then we've got a movie night thing too as well. So we have a 14-foot blow-up movie screen that you bring whatever movie you'd like to watch with your group, make some popcorn, make some snow cones, and you can hang out.
I love the fact that every single time we have this program, or in fact, when I walk through the door and sign in at the kiosk, there's always something new. There's always something going on. The calendar is always full. I was looking online at the court schedule for the gymnasium. Always, it's packed full. There's always something going on, and I love that about this field house. And I have to say, you're part of that, correct?
We call it organized chaos here, and that's just what I've grown up, and I love living in organized chaos. So it's been great.
Well, it works for here, that's for sure. All right, so Holly, if I'm interested in finding out more information about whatever programs are coming up, maybe if I want to learn more information about game nights, or if I want to schedule my child's birthday party, what's a good way to get in contact with you or Parks and Rec in general?
So you can give us a call, our office at 540-727-3412. You can speak to any of our staff. We'll help you out with that. You can check out our website, although it is under construction, so I do apologize in advance. We're working on getting it fixed up and revamped. And then you can also check out our Facebook page. We post every day different flyers for programs, new things all the time. So I would say Facebook, or even we now have Instagram. So anything there, check it out.
Moving up on the social ladder, I guess.
That's right. We're always one behind, but we're trying. I'm still learning too. So.
Yeah, I haven't even opened it. Not even going to try. I'll be good with that. All right, Holly, again, I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for the work that you do. Your organized chaos seems to be working very well.
And John, I have one more thing for you.
For me?
That's why I asked what your T-shirt size was.
Don't tell them what it is.
No, I got you. So, I wanted to present you with a Reimagining Recreation shirt.
Oh. So
this is our program. I think we've talked about it in the past about bringing inclusive programming to a head in Culpeper. So we're working on hiring an inclusive specialist, and that person will start probably the middle of November. And they're going to work on coaching our instructors that we have now in our programs we already have to make them more inclusive. So it'll be like a coaching model. They'll go in, provide visual supports and things like that. And they're just going to better the programming for everybody in Culpeper. So spread the word, wear your shirt, and yeah.
I most certainly will do that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
now, since you've mentioned that, I will ask, we've spoken about it briefly in the past, I think when we were in the studios on Main Street. But when you say inclusive, give me another reminder about what exactly that means.
Well, inclusive programming looks like everybody can attend. So what we're looking at is different small trainings for maybe your participants that have extra needs. Maybe they have an alternative communication device. Maybe they're nonverbal. So our instructors will go through trainings to be able to work with participants so that they can fully participate in our programs we already have. We certainly don't want to make separate programs for somebody with extra needs or a disability. We want to bring those people into the programs we already have. So that's the idea of Reimagining Recreation, and that's what we're bringing here.
Strengthening the community one game at a time.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Holly, thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Good to see you.
And joining us now in the lobby of the Culpeper County Field House is none other than the one, the only, all day long, and chaos-fed strong, is Tabitha Riley. Tabitha, you are the Program and Facility Supervisor for Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. I'm glad I got that out, but after all the shows that we've done, you'd think it would be second nature by now.
We have been doing this for a while.
Indeed. But you know what? We have been doing it for a while because there's so much information and so many amazing things happening with recreation in Culpeper County.
Yep.
And it's great that we have this opportunity to sit and chat. It's a great chance to see you. And I know that Halloween is your time of the year. I noticed, and I
And
was
even, I've got little bats. I've got little bats. Aren't they cute?
I love the fact that you made them move like that.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
great. I did notice that you have your spooky pants on and your bat earrings, and I was upset that I didn't get the memo, and I would have.
It's near a holiday. You should know this by now. You know
a very
me.
good
I'm a
point.
very big child at heart.
Yeah, aren't we all?
So,
So we had the opportunity to speak with Holly about all the great things that are going on and some new things coming down the
Okay.
pipeline. Since we have you here now, I want to talk about some things that have
Yes.
happened. Notably, the Culpeper Cycling Century.
Yep.
A huge event that you put on yearly, just completed.
Right.
How did it go?
despite the wet forecast or the wet weather the first thing in the morning, everything went fabulously.
You know, I
So-
remember waking up and it was rainy, it was nasty. I was like, oh, tap. But then 45 minutes later, an hour, it was
Yeah.
gorgeous outside.
Yep. I got here about 5 a.m. and it was perfectly clear. About 5:30, it started sprinkling a little bit. Then it stopped, then it started, then it stopped. And we got everybody going. And then by about 9:30 or so, sun came out, skies were blue, and it was just a fabulous event.
So tell us about it. How many people did you have?
So we were a little low on registrations just because we had to cancel last year, but for the weather, we still had a fabulous turnout. So we were right around 300 people that rode. So we were just over 300 that registered. So registration-wise, very happy. The Eastern View High School FFA Club manned one of our rest stops. The Eastern View High School FCCLA Club manned a second rest stop, and then Culpeper County High School FFA Club manned our third rest stop. So huge thank you to all those clubs. We are very appreciative to have them. They do a great job. The cyclists love them. The kids are great. We had some great sponsors this year. Blue Ridge Cyclery was our tour sponsor. They were actually on site doing mechanical repairs if needed. Battlefield Farms was our ultra sponsor, so they were our biggest sponsor this year. Thanks to them, we really appreciated their support. K Art and Design, All Install, and then several other sprint sponsors, which probably should be posted on the screen right now, hopefully. And it was just all around, it was a great event. Everything went smoothly. All of our support vehicles were on the road and checking on cyclists. We had a couple calls where people had a flat tire or general road stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, Culpeper Amateur Radio Association was on site here and at all of our rest stops. And they provide great communication for us. So if someone needs assistance while they're at a rest stop, we can get someone there right away. And it was just all around a fabulous event.
I'm glad to hear that. You know, one of the things, well, we talk about it all the time. It's the partnerships in the community that make things happen, whether it be this field house itself or the programs that
Right.
Culpeper County Parks and Recreation put on. And the Cycling Century is a prime example of that.
And also a big shout out to Chick-fil-A. They provided breakfast and lunch for all of our volunteers, and they delivered it to the rest stops.
Oh, wow.
So that was, Chick-fil-A in Culpeper was fabulous. We really appreciate that. The volunteers were tickled pink to get Chick-fil-A sandwiches, breakfast minis, all that good stuff. And then Merchants Grocery also donated some of the food that we had at the rest stops for the cyclists.
I love it when community organizations
Oh,
and
yeah.
businesses come together.
It made it for a fabulous event.
So what, if anything, are we looking forward to new next year, or any changes? Or
We're still working on that, so some ideas are bouncing around, and we'll let you know.
oh, I'm sure we will.
Yep.
I'm sure you will. Now, Tabitha, we've been talking a lot about this facility, but as folks know, this facility, as glorious as it is one of many
Correct.
throughout the county. And one of the ones I wanted to chat with you about is one that we've mentioned in previous programs, one that I frequent, and that's Spillman Park.
Yes.
Whether it be the easily one of the best, one of the top 10 by by classification.
Right.
Disc golf sites in the state of Virginia. It's also getting something new.
Correct.
Please do tell.
So the current playground at Spillman Park was installed before I started here. I started in 2004.
It's seen somewhere.
So it's somewhere between 1998 and 2001 is when it was installed.
Oh my.
So it's had a very long life. It's served tons and tons and tons of children. It's time for an upgrade. So very thankfully we were selected by Kaboom, which is a place-based equity company, and Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth, and they are providing us with a brand new playground.
Really?
So we worked, Kaboom actually came on site, and we went to Emerald Hill Elementary and met with some of the children in the Kids Central program and talked to them to see what they wanted to see in a playground, and they drew pictures and we played a couple games and everything. It was really fun. And Kaboom took that back to their designers, and then we also had a public meeting up at Spillman Park where some of the community came in, and pictures of all the different pieces of equipment that could be possible were laid out, and people put stickers of, yes, we got to have this, I like this, I never want to see this ever again. So they had a variety of stickers, and they took all that feedback. Landscape Structures is a company that is providing the equipment, and designed a playground for us. And they gave us two options, and we took and put both options up on Facebook and asked the community,
I voted.
which one do you like? And option one was the overwhelming response, so that's what we're going with. The only change we made to that is we changed the color scheme. So it's not going to be a monotone green, it's going to be the blue and green.
Nice.
So, but that is going to be installed. Everything's being delivered Monday, October 30th, and then Thursday, November 2nd, Friday, November 3rd, and Saturday, November 4th. So, and this is a community project, so which means we need volunteers.
I did notice that we had been talking through email, and it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it is a drop off, install, here we go, ready to rock.
Correct. So Thursday is prep day. So all the equipment's going to be unpackaged, everything's going to be organized, holes are going to be dug, and we're going to have a couple side projects where we're going to have some benches installed as well, some wooden benches, maybe a picnic table or two that's going to have a play top on it. We're still working on those details. And so all the wood for that will be cut and organized. Thursday is from 9 to 4 to get everything organized and situated. Friday is prep day number 2, basically finishing up anything we didn't get done on Thursday. That's going to be from 9 to early afternoon. And then Saturday is build day. Saturday, the playground's going together and going in the ground, and we are having a ribbon cutting at 2:30.
Oh, so it's going quick.
It's going to be in the ground and up.
So you
on
need volunteers just of all sorts?
Of all sorts. We're looking for 16 and up ideally. 10 to 16 we can definitely use. You can help hand out water. You can help organize and pick up and they'll actually keep everybody else straight, the younger ones. So, but yeah, it's anybody and everybody. We need roughly about 30 volunteers for Thursday, 15 or so volunteers on Friday, and then 75 volunteers on Saturday.
Oh my.
So I've already got a commitment from several people. A couple Girls on the Run volunteers are going to be there. I've got a couple fire department people are going to be there as well, but we're still looking for volunteers. So.
All right, so again, give me those dates, and how can I get in touch with you if I want to volunteer?
So
or when I want to volunteer.
When, exactly. So the dates are Thursday, November 2nd, Friday, November 3rd, Saturday, November 4th. Saturday's the big day. We need a ton of volunteers Saturday. But we still need volunteers Thursday, which I know is a weekday, and it's going to be, we're still looking for volunteers for that day. 9 to 4. So 9 to 4 on Thursday, 9 to early afternoon on Friday, and then 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Couple volunteers will need a little bit earlier because we're going to need team leads to break small groups out and be the lead for that. To actually sign up and volunteer, you can email us at parks, P-A-R-K-S, at culpepercounty.gov, or you can go to letsvolunteer.org and search for Culpeper County Parks and Rec.
All right.
But if you email us, we'll just send you the link directly.
Okay. All right. So I will make sure that I email you.
Yes, please.
And that I come out. I mean, I'm probably going to be there anyway. I got to have a camera
Yes.
to see this playground
Yep.
come up over the span
Yep.
of 3 days.
And we're also looking for a volunteer to be a photographer. So, hint, hint, hint.
Jeez.
Just to take some candid photos throughout all 3 days, especially on Saturday, but we'd like to have photos on Thursday and Friday as well. Okay. So if you happen to know of anybody,
I may know of somebody.
so that would be fabulous as well.
All right. Well, I love the fact this. I love the fact this is happening. Obviously, Spillman Park is kind of a destination. Again, we talked about the disc
Right.
golf. This is going to make that park it's even better, obviously.
Correct.
And it's fantastic.
And this is also a great team building for businesses. So I'm actually talking with Lowe's, and I'm going to get a confirmation from them next week if they're going to be able to send some of their employees out. So it's not just individuals. Grab your company. I know several concrete companies that I'm going to be hitting up and other businesses around. So it's a great way just to get your name out there because, hey, look at these companies that came out and volunteered to help build this playground for the community.
And you always love it when you know, months down the road, years down the road, and you go there, you're like, hey, I helped put this together.
Exactly.
I installed that.
Right.
You know, having a part in being a part of something you can
Right.
see, feel, hear, and touch, it makes a big difference.
It does.
And I think the community's going to come out and support it.
And it's the warm and fuzzies you get from it.
I do
So,
love the warm and fuzzies.
Yeah, the warm and fuzzies are awesome.
All right, well, Tabitha, it is great catching up with you. I'm excited for what's coming down the pipeline. Is there anything else maybe that we haven't spoken about?
Projects like that, I've got a couple flea market and swap meets that are coming up, but we can talk about that next time.
I like it.
So, because I'm still working on some of the details. And you're going to be talking with Miss Samantha here shortly. Make sure you ask her about the letters from Santa.
Uh-oh.
Because it is that time of year.
It certainly is. Actually, for you, it's always that time of year.
Of course. So, but letters from Santa are up and available to request now. So.
All right. Well, again, Tabitha, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you.
Same.
I mean, pretty much every weekend now.
Exactly.
Well, joining us now is none other than Andrew Hardy, Director of Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. Andrew, what a pleasure it is to see you.
It's good to see you, Johnny K.
It is. I love the fact that we're having a large amount of the staff. Eventually, we'll get April on camera, somehow, some way.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I think she's the only member that is yet to be on camera with this team, and she handles all of our volunteer recruitment. So there's our transition and intro.
Well, it sounds like we're going to have to do that next time. But Andrew, thank you again for joining us today. First off, we had the opportunity to speak with Holly and also Tabitha. We still are going to speak with Samantha in a little bit. But I love the fact that every time we have this episode, or every time I walk in the field house, always something going on, whether it be a program, an event. I mean, right now they're playing basketball in the gym. I've seen pickleball in there. My kids are running around the obstacle course during a birthday party. I'm running out of breath because there's so much going on with Culpeper County Parks and Recreation.
And I think the one thing you left out was you playing pickleball, because you were here, a couple weeks back doing one of the clinics in there?
It was.
And we got to see it live. And what our viewers don't know is the cameras in there, we have footage
No, you do not.
of Johnny K playing pickleball here at the field house.
All right, well, if we do have footage, please tell me it's the one time I scored a point against Anthony Roswadowski.
I don't know. He's pretty hard to score against.
He's really good.
But we could give it to Nicole over there and see what she can kind of peel from that video.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Andrew, a lot of folks are interested in all the goings on. Right. We've talked about the website, Facebook, reaching out via phone, even via email at parks@culpepercounty.gov. And I'm sure a couple of the times, maybe you're in public, folks come up to you and say, hey, how is the pool coming?
Yeah, I think that has been a topic of conversation. It's on so many people's minds because it's been an amenity that individuals have wanted for so long. Mm-hmm. And right now, the town and county are making great progress with the planning. Currently, we're working with Norman Smith, our architect, and several local individuals that people know, like Mr. Marvin Hinchy. He's handling the site work and the engineering for it. And to date, we have the 3D renderings, which we'll share with you for this video. We're working on the stormwater management plan right now to submit to DEQ, because with the addition of the parking lot, the 157 spaces are going to go also on property here. We've got to, deal with the environmental concerns and so forth for the non-permeable surfacing. And then we just met with our internet provider, Segra, just 2 days ago on mapping out how the internet, the power, and the water is going to access that individual piece of property. So we're moving along extremely nice with our eyes really on March and breaking ground officially March of 2024.
I think we were half joking about doing an episode of the Recreation Rundown from inside the pool. Now, I think we might have to wait on the weather to see how that holds up.
I just would like to see the next, when we do that, inside actually the shell of the pool. We can put us down low, set Nicole up on the deck, and we'd be like coming to you live from inside the pool at the Culpeper County Sports Complex.
8.5 foot underground.
Seriously, we do everything in buildings like this. Why not within that one?
We're probably going to have to do that.
I totally agree.
So, as you said right now, you're kind of working behind the scenes. Not the most flashy or glamorous, minus the 3D rendering, but a lot of stuff that's necessary to make sure that, when time comes, everything is perfect.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that's most important about a project of this scale. There's a lot that goes into it that's not seen in the finished product by anybody other than the staff, and especially our maintenance crew. Whether, again, it is the inspectors like the buildings office with Bob Orr and his team out that way. You've got Todd Frazier with the IT division here within the county, that bringing them on board to make sure the construction fits what their division and operational needs are. It all goes hand in hand. And at the end of the day, that's what we've done with this entire process, is we brought all the entities together that have a say in this, even going to public safety and the egress and access that they need to be able to, in the event of an emergency, get to somebody in a timely fashion. So.
And it's a lot of things that people are unaware of, that just don't know all that goes into a project, as you mentioned, of this scale.
Yep.
So again, we're looking at March approximately?
We're looking at breaking ground hopefully in March once we get through the winter. We still have the bid process. So stormwater management issue aside, we're right now working on the final specs for the pool that we can draft our bid documents that can go out and we can figure out what type of general contractor and so forth we're going to get to spearhead the project. And then hopefully in March, we'll have everything ready. You'll see some ground moving out there. And obviously we'll do the ceremonies and stuff like that with the groundbreaking like we did for the field house to get folks excited. But get ready for those 3D renderings. They're going to be pretty cool.
If you and Gary Deal do not show up to the ribbon cutting in Bermuda shorts and the flowered shirts, sunglasses, and flip-flops, I will be disappointed.
I'll tell you, we've been spending the last, seriously, a month, and I don't know if Tabitha or Holly touched on trying to figure out, because we've got the Moonlight Egg Hunt coming up on the 20th. And the hardest thing we've been trying to figure out is what costumes we're going to be. Last year, we were characters from Grease. This year, we're kind of leaning on Toy Store characters, and I think I got elected to be Buzz Lightyear, I think, and Joe is Woody. So it's just funny. Holly is going to be Rex. So she's going to be kind of running around in a little T-Rex costume and stuff like that. And then all of our part-time staff, we're going to make them the claw alien things that got pulled out the vending machine.
Yes.
So we're pretty excited.
Yeah, and if you guys don't do anything, but I'm sorry, I phrased it incorrectly. If there's one thing you all do here, it's definitely have fun, and the passion shows through with your work. You guys have a great time, and it shows.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, with Parks and Recreation, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, your community's not going to enjoy what they're doing. And I think just in the 4 years that we've been here, the improvements of seeing kids and adults and seniors. Like you mentioned today, we've got basketball going on right now. We had an AARP class, a driver safety program that was taking place a little bit earlier. We have, and again, not knowing what Holly talked about, we've got a prom going on tomorrow on Saturday, with one of the private schools. And they're coming in here, they're gonna have fun, give their kids an opportunity and experience to do, still utilizing the property for Airfest that's also going on. And to see how far the department's come in 4 years and knowing that there's so much more still to accomplish and on the horizon gives our team a lot of confidence and satisfaction. So it's good.
Now, Andrew, before you go, there is one thing I did want to mention that we haven't mentioned with the other ladies beforehand. And one of the things that you've mentioned, because I think you're pretty proud of, we talked about the lights and what these facilities here at the complex meant for Culpeper. In fact, talking about tournaments coming in from all over the area.
Yeah.
And one of them's coming here pretty darn soon.
Yeah, November is going to be chock full of rugby tournaments, national ranked rugby tournaments, in fact. So if anybody's never ever seen the sport and wants to come out or is curious about it, we do have some top end rugby. The first weekend in November, that Saturday, Sunday, we've got what's classified as the Cardinal Cup, which is every rugby team, university level, college level in the state of Virginia will be coming here to the Culpeper Sports Complex that first weekend and competing. So Hampton, Sydney, UVA, Tech, Richmond, ODU, those level programs. And then the following weekend thereafter, we have the National Collegiate Rugby Women's quarterfinals, which is their road to a national championship. And last year we had teams Clemson, Coastal Carolina featured in that matchup. And then the third weekend of November, and that's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have National Collegiate Rugby's men's quarterfinal and semifinals. And that event was pretty awesome last year too, and that featured Georgetown, UVA, NC State, and programs like that right here in Culpeper. And this will be the second year that we've hosted those events, so we're really excited about that.
Well, you must have done a great job last year for them to come back.
Well, we've got good support with rugby. John Carter, I know he's been on the show a couple times. He operates the youth club, and he's been really instrumental in helping us get to where we are, along with our relationships with Rugby Virginia and Boomer and their group, that we've really become a destination for rugby, so much that we've actually had to turn away a variety of teams and tournaments because we just didn't have the space to accommodate them. But this event, what we're hoping for, last year this time it was around 30 degrees the beginning of November, so we're hoping for better weather and a better turnout from as far as a spectator standpoint. But at the end of the day, it's going to be some amazing rugby, and we encourage folks to come out and experience it.
Looking forward to it again, first couple weeks in November.
Yes, sir.
Andrew, as always, great catching up with you. Continue the wonderful work that you and your staff do.
Yes,
Look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you,
Appreciate it. Well, folks, as we finish off our program today, we bring back the lady who pretty much started it all with Crafty Creations. Please welcome Miss Samantha Whitesides, the Recreation Coordinator for Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. Samantha, it's so good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm glad it's fall. I'm looking forward to the holidays and to another new year.
Now, we have talked at length with Holly, Andrew, Tabitha regarding some of the amazing offerings and what's going on with Parks and Recreation. But, we wanted to take this opportunity. First off, we haven't had you in front of a camera in a long time. It's been seemingly forever.
This is true.
But you are always working and kicking butt and taking names with all the facilities and programs going on. So I wanted to chat with you and see, A, how you were doing, and also what we got going on. We'd love to have a little rundown, as it were, with some of the programs that are going on.
Well, I have to start with what we've had currently, some new programs that are a fresh perspective for programs here at the Field House. For example, we have Miss Nell Rollins with AARP. She's here in one of our classrooms doing smart driver courses for 50 plus drivers. We started a Magic the Gathering play group. That's been going well. And what else do we have? Unique class, very normal, paranormal, with a new instructor that is gathering her small following. So we're trying new things, and it's been very good because you are able to attract new people, new types of activities, and just reach a broader audience. So.
Now, I know when we were talking earlier in the program, one of the game nights, I think, was a recommendation from staff. And are some of these staff, or are some of these suggestions coming from the community in general? Where do you get input from the programs that you're working on or thinking about doing?
I think it's a little bit of community feedback here and there, but largely we're an eclectic group of people here. We have different interests, and we think, why not try X, Y, and Z? So we tend to put it out there and just see who we can attract and who's interested, and then once they're here, then we can kind of formulate a better plan on how to roll out and expand the program.
Well, I will ask you, if someone is watching, or if I had a program that I thought might work, what's the best way to let you know about that?
You can show up in person, you can give us a call, you can email, you can go to a website, whatever brings you to Parks and Recreation. We're very open to feedback, wanting to know what you'd like to do. We also, from time to time, do look for instructors, as you know, so that's very important. And really, I would say it's word of mouth, whatever way. Facebook, I did forget about social media. That's a good place to express your desires and so forth. And speaking of which, we did put out a new survey on Facebook for video gaming. We're hoping to see what people might like to play, which consoles they like, to see and which age groups, what evenings, things like that. So surveys work well too.
And you make a good point. When you put these surveys out, you need them for the community to engage.
Right.
You know, you want to see exactly what they want, exactly what they need.
Sure.
And we'll get their feedback. So, fantastic idea.
It is, sure.
So what other programs do we have offering now, and what's coming down the pipeline?
So it's October. We have some things in November and December, pumpkin centerpieces and fresh wreaths from Wallem Gardens. They do it there at their farm. We have, Janet Carrig. She's one of our local artists. She's going to offer holiday crafting, all ages, rolling beeswax candles, rustic stars that they can take and make these twigs and decorate, 3D wool basket making, so you can learn a little bit about felting. What else do we have? We have some fitness classes. I want to shout out to Mr. Yates, who has a Fit and Well class. We also have Cindy Sierra that offers Zumba Gold. And what else? Isabel Baker. She has some wonderful meditation classes for mixed ages, journaling, basic meditations, crafty meditations, so basket weaving. One more. I will say we are partnering with CARA, as you know, is the Culpeper Amateur Radio Association. They're going to be offering their FCC licensing exams here. Once a month, starting in November, December, we'll roll out a new schedule in 2024 and see where that goes.
It really is amazing. Every time we do the rundown, what offerings are available. You have traditional things, you have new things.
Sure.
And I love the small tweaks and changes with existing programs, just to, as you mentioned, maybe bring somebody new in, or expand the opportunities that are already there. I love it. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. And we really do support our core instructors, Joe Ransell with Artists in Bloom, Nancy Coakley, basket weaving. We have Joyce Calhoun, quilting. She has a mainstay of at least 12 to 15 quilters that come every session. So
Really?
We're very fortunate to maintain those programs.
Well, Samantha, I appreciate you letting us know what's going on. And I did mean to ask you, when they're talking about the crafty meditation, do you provide input? Please tell me you do.
That would be a wonderful thing, but they're in good hands with Miss Isabel. I think she has mandalas that she's doing, And so, but I would love very much to partake in her class, so maybe I shall coming up in the fall.
All right, so again, with all the wonderful programs coming up, we talked about contact information, folks being able to find out what's going on. There are plenty of opportunities and avenues with which to do so. One of the things you didn't mention that I have to ask, because you know the holidays are right around the corner, you guys still doing letters to Santa? Is that happening?
We are. I think there's a deadline of November 12th where we do need to have, if you're interested in filling out a form so that we know about the letter, it can be customized so that each child receives a letter or their own from Santa.
All right, so the deadline for that is November 12th?
Correct.
All right, so again, just use the information, use the contact information that we've talked about throughout the program, and that's the best way to get a hold of you?
It is culpeperrecreation.com, or just stop by the field house.
All right. Samantha, it is always a pleasure to see you. I hope everything continues to go well here. And again, I've said it to pretty much everybody that's come in this chair today. I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate the passion with which you do it.
Thank you so much, John.
All right. And thank you for joining us for another episode of the Recreation Rundown. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing that's abundantly obvious through this and every program we do with Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. It is the opportunity provided to all of our Culpeper community. So use the information we've provided today and take part in any one of the recreational opportunities provided by Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, until we see you at Len Park, Spillman Park for our volunteer opportunity, or maybe pickleball in the gym behind me, you have yourselves a great day. And of course, a better tomorrow.